watching KCCI 8 News.
Right now at 10:30, 3 murders in 30 hours with 2 arrests. What authorities are saying about the violent weekend in the metro and the latest homicide outside a nightclub.
Running neck and neck. The top GOP presidential contenders are taking on controversy. How Ben Carson is defending his book and Donald Trump is firing right back.
Team tribute. High school student Hank Evans is inspiring his fellow teammates after his death. How Johnston is honoring the departed football player tonight. Good evening. 3 separate shootings, 6 people shot and 3 killed. What police are saying about the violent weekend here in the metro.
The most recent shooting early this morning on the city's northwest side. KCCI's Marcus McIntosh has the details.
About 1:40 Sunday morning, the Polk County Sheriff's Department got a call of a group fight in the parking lot of Evolution Nightclub on Des Moines' northwest side.
Once the deputies arrived here, they heard multiple gunshots. They were able to secure a perimeter and go into the scene and located a gunshot wound victim.
That victim, 20-year-old Deshaun Smith, was transported to the hospital where he later died. A young life lost that does not sit well with Will Keeps.
We need to get out here and straight up and stop talking about what we're going to do to help this city. We need to get out here and just go and do it.
Keeps, a musician, started the Wake Up Iowa movement after the June murder of 16-year-old Terry Harris to stop the deadly violence that keeps popping up in Des Moines.
It can easily become a state of emergency here if we don't get it taken care of.
Part of that is getting whoever did the shooting off the streets and behind bars. Polk County deputies are after the same goal, but need a little help.
There were several hundred people in and around the club when this incident occurred, and what we need is the community's help.
Keeps agrees and says it is time to stop equating speaking up with snitching.
If someone get killed and you saw it and you don't like it, say something about it. You can come anonymous. You don't have to say your name. Do the right thing and say who is killing people out here.
And authorities have not released the names or conditions of the 3 people who were shot outside Evolution Nightclub. Right now, Brendan McGinnis is in the Dallas County Jail charged in the shooting death of 41-year-old Gino Rizzola. Police say McGinnis shot Rizzola Saturday morning around 1:30 several times with a semi-automatic gun on Southeast Carefree Lane in Waukee. Hours later, residents found McGinnis barely conscious on a sidewalk in East Des Moines. Residents near 28th and Capitol Avenue say they didn't know who he was at the time. One neighbor says McGinnis was bleeding from the head, so he called 911.
More than strange. I mean, here we are sitting over here, and my neighbors come get me, and this guy's laying here, and he's a murder suspect. We didn't know.
McGinnis was found about 20 miles away from the crime scene in Waukee. He was later taken to the Dallas County Jail.
Des Moines police have also arrested a teen in connection to Friday night's homicide. 17-year-old Jesus Socop has been arrested for the murder of Jose Lopez. Des Moines police say 28-year-old Lopez was shot and killed on the north side of the city. It happened around 10:30 at the intersection of 13th Street and Jefferson Avenue. Police say Lopez had been visiting a home in the area and got into a dispute with some people there. Socop is charged with first-degree murder. Right now, Des Moines police are searching for 3 suspects who broke into 2 area pharmacies and stole several bottles of painkillers. Police responded to the Medicap pharmacy at 2527 Easton Boulevard about 2:30 this morning. It was a burglary alarm they first heard. Then, just 2 hours later, police were tipped at 2804 Beaver Avenue for another alarm. Now, at both locations, several bottles of oxymorphine, morphine, oxycodone, and oxycontin were missing. Police reviewed surveillance video that showed 3 men broke a glass door with a hammer. They were wearing dark clothing, gloves, and white T-shirts over their faces.
Looking ahead Monday, the murder trial of Norm McCoy resumes. Friday, investigators revealed that McCoy used a metal spatula to kill 97-year-old Rupert Anderson and beat his wife, Harriet, in their Des Moines home. After his arrest, McCoy was recorded talking to himself. He denied ever being there despite videos showing him outside the home. McCoy's attorney is using the insanity defense, but witnesses say they saw no signs of mental illness. A mother charged in her 5-year-old's death is said to enter a plea deal and be sentenced Monday. Dionne Bloodsaw of Des Moines faces child endangerment and drug charges after her daughter was found dead October 7, 2014. A toxicology report shows that the girl died from an overdose of morphine. Bloodsaw was arrested last November. Police arrested her boyfriend, Deshaun Trombone. He was sentenced to 65 years in prison last month.
On Monday, Des Moines city leaders are expected to approve Phase 1 for the new and improved Walnut Street Mall downtown. Walnut from 2nd Avenue to 10th Street. The $4.5 million plan will renovate the old Walnut Street Transit Mall there now. That includes improving the streetscape, bringing back car traffic, and opening more retail stores, all to attract more people to that area. The City Council is also discussing final design plans for a new $100 million hotel right next to the Iowa Event Center in downtown Des Moines. Now, if approved, the Skywalk Bridge over Park Street downtown will need to be removed and replaced with a new one at the higher elevation there. Construction on the hotel is scheduled to start February 1st, and the hotel is expected to be completed and open on March 2018.
And on your Monday morning commute, Polk County officials say they are cracking down on traffic. More officers will be present in western Polk County looking for impaired drivers and to ensure all drivers are obeying traffic laws. That includes seatbelt use and speeding. So if you're in Altoona, Ames, Ankeny, or Clive, watch for officers checking your driving habits. Well, let's take a live look at our Skycam downtown. Jason, it was another gorgeous day out there. We just can't complain, can we?
No, we can't. We keep stringing them together, and that's going to be the case for us. Again, as we head throughout the day tomorrow, more sunshine, more temperatures in the 50s. We're back up into the 60s in spots. Breathe that sigh of relief because fall is treating us pretty darn nice for now. 43, though, we are cooling down, and we'll continue to drop into the middle 30s tonight. Beautiful day out there we had today. Plenty of sunshine to be had. Not really seeing any cloud cover out there at all. This is going to be the case tomorrow, too. So if you are a fan of the sun, get out and soak it up because it will be another beautiful day to do that. Some of us, though, already cooling it off into the upper 30s. 39 for Creston, as well as Ottumwa. 37 for Grinnell. You can see cooler air right now in the eastern portion of the state. We will all soon be settling into cooler conditions. As you wake up, though, and you get a taste of that cold, look up into the sky around 5:07. I know, early, but you got a chance to see the space station again. If you look out to the east, it will be fleeting. 3 minutes on that time frame. And yeah, it'll be chilly at that time in the morning. 35 degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning. We're back into the mid-50s by noon. 60s on the way again. I'll go over that. And your next shot for some thunderstorms coming up here in a little bit.
In Commitment 2016 news now, we are just 2 days away from the next Republican presidential debate, and the top candidates are feeling the heat. Ben Carson is facing scrutiny for controversial statements, while Donald Trump is adding fuel to the fire. Weijia Jiang has a complete wrap-up from Washington.
Dr. Ben Carson's life story helped him surge to the top of the polls, but now critics are questioning whether some of Carson's statements in his 1996 autobiography, Gifted Hands, are true.
The whole point is to distract the populace, distract me.
The retired neurosurgeon is accused of lying about his hard knocks upbringing and claims of receiving a scholarship offer to attend West Point Military Academy. Carson claims the media is on a, quote, witch hunt.
Every single day or every other day or every week, you know, they're going to come out with, well, you said this when you were 13.
Carson is running neck and neck with Donald Trump in recent polls, who is flying high off of his SNL hosting gig on Saturday night. The show received its best ratings in 3 years.
You think that's how it's going to be when I'm president? You're wrong. It's going to be even better.
Appearing on NBC's Meet the Press Sunday morning, Trump took a swipe at Carson.
You're going to have to explain a lot of things away.
Trump and Carson will face off on Tuesday night during the 4th Republican debate in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Washington.
And Ben Carson leads Trump in the polls here in Iowa.
On Monday night, KCCI starts a three-part in-depth look at some of the issues that will be covered in Saturday's Democratic National Committee debate here in Des Moines. Now, tomorrow night at 10, the minimum wage dilemma. I actually sat down with a minimum wage worker. We hear from Bernie Sanders and the head of the Iowa Federation of Labor discussing the minimum wage of $7.25.
Well, I think it's absolutely critical that people who play by the rules and work hard for a living earn enough money to support their family.
On Tuesday night, Part 2, college affordability. 4 local college students discuss the problems with financial aid, loans, and balancing jobs for paying for schooling. Part 3, Wednesday night, the trouble with years of wage stagnation. We hear from a working mom, an Iowa economist, and Hillary Clinton about income not keeping up with the cost of living. All those stories right here on KCCI 8 News at 10 this week. And you can also look for more follow-up stories on the debate issues in the Des Moines Register. That's this week as well. Then the second Democratic presidential debate will air right here on CBS, co-hosted by KCCI. Saturday, November 14th. That starts at 8 o'clock. You can catch it all right here live on KCCI.
Playing with purpose, the Johnston High School football team finding motivation from one of their teammates. How they honor the fallen player tonight.
It started as a student protest over racial incidents on campus, and now has a college football team taking part. What that means for the University of Missouri president, now under fire.
And it was a strange problem to have. Drake's basketball coach had a hard time rooting for his own team. That's later in Sunday Sports Extra.
This is Iowa's news leader. This is KCCI 8 News at 10. With Todd Magel, Laura Terrell, meteorologist Jason Sadeko, and sports with Scott Breister.
It has been an historic season for the Johnston football team, a season played in honor of a fallen teammate.
KCCI's Jason Randall now shows us how the team is remembering Hank Evans.
Todd and Laura, Hank Evans died from a heart condition while riding a longboard a year and a half ago. Hank's loss has since been a rallying point and a source of success for Johnston's best year of football yet. Even a night of awards and accolades can pale in comparison to the significance of number 57. Despite never playing a single down on the field, teammates say Hank Evans played a role of inspiration in reaching their first ever quarterfinal game. Sunday night, Hank's parents, Clint and Lori, passed on their son's jersey to Johnston Jr. and Hank's longtime friend, Austin Nickel.
It really just shows how much their family cares about me, and it's how much I cared about Hank.
Amidst all the awards given out for on-field performance, a tribute video likely stole the show.
Certainly we're very proud, we're honored. We know he would be proud, and
it's bittersweet.
It is bittersweet.
Clint and Lori remember their son not only as the big funny guy, but also for his tender heart and contagious, encouraging demeanor.
We just cling to that promise that we will see him again.
I'm just confident he's aware, even tonight, and just the impact that he's had on the team and the boys.
An impact seen on team T-shirts with the words "No Fear." Hank's slogan was, "Do not be afraid," a rallying cry for the season.
Even without him being here, he just brought so much to the team.
Dedicated to Hank.
The last 2 years, these guys have stuck together. It's all about them as a group. There's no individuals better than the other.
Clint and Lori say the team has helped fill a void at likely the most critical point in their lives.
We lost our son, but we gained so many more that we feel like they're our sons.
And Hank's parents say Austin Nickel, who received their son's jersey, was like a brother to Hank. They will be cheering on Austin for his senior year at Johnston. Live in the studio, Jason Rantala, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Now to a college football team that is gaining a lot of attention on social media. More than 24 student athletes at the University of Missouri have benched themselves, and they say they won't play again until the university's president, Tim Wolf, resigns or is removed. Jamie Yukas has more on the controversy from New York.
University of Missouri President Tim Wolf is in the middle of a firestorm after a number of racially charged incidents on his campus. On Sunday, head football coach Gary Pinko posted a picture on Twitter of his team locking arms and saying he stands with his players. It comes a day after more than 30 black football players announced that they will not participate in team activities until Wolf is removed or resigns due to his, quote, negligence towards marginalized students. Protesters say Wolf has not done enough to hear their concerns.
I want to talk. I want to understand this. I want to come up with a way that we can get progress made on these particular issues.
The racial tensions on campus started earlier this year. Most recently, a swastika was found in a residence hall, drawn with human feces. Students reported having racial slurs yelled at them in at least 2 incidents. That led Chancellor Arbo and Lofton to plead for an end to racism on campus.
It's enough. Let's stop this. Let's end hatred and racism at Mizzou.
But MU graduate student Jonathan Butler doesn't think enough has been done. He went on a hunger strike last week, saying he's willing to die unless Wolf steps down. The two met Saturday.
There's a lot of incidences that are going on campus, and administration has failed to take tangible actions to really make campus safer for not just black students, but all marginalized students.
The team did not hold practice Sunday. The Missouri athletic director put out a statement saying the team's focus is on the health of Jonathan Butler, and they don't plan to return to practice until Butler starts eating. The Missouri Tigers have 3 games left in the season, including one scheduled for Saturday against Brigham Young. In New York, Jamie Yukas, CBS News.
In San Francisco, a fire left one building near collapse and forced the evacuation of another in the city's Mission District. This happened this morning. The fire broke out in an auto body and tire shop around 7:30. After 2 hours, firefighters did have the flames under control, but they are now concerned with the surrounding buildings. 21 people are displaced, but no injuries have been reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation. A 65-year-old man is dead after a skydiving accident in Madera, California. The man was skydiving as part of a group performing at the Pomegranate Festival. He was the first to make the jump, and witnesses say his main chute became tangled. Then his backup chute failed. So far, the victim has not been identified.
We are now hearing from the family of a mother accused of killing herself and her child in an apparent murder-suicide inside a hospital in Arizona. Police in Phoenix say 27-year-old Lola Griffith shot and killed herself, but then they will not say how her 5-year-old son died. Their bodies were found inside the child's room at 2 a.m. on Saturday. Police say Griffith had an open case with the Arizona Department of Child Safety. Griffith's grandparents say they blame the state for the death, saying officials were trying to take custody of the little boy.
They told her that they have legal custody of the baby. They do. She's just, like she says, she's a glorified babysitter now.
The boy had been hospitalized for a week, the family says.
What is it? Oh my God! What? This is scary!
Well, it is not a bird, it's not a plane, it's not Superman, so what is it? A strange light over the Los Angeles area is capturing the imagination of a lot of people. Many took to social media with their theories, such as extraterrestrial life. Well, the Coast Guard is squashing those rumors. Officials say it was a test launch of an unarmed missile. The Navy says the missile was launched from a submarine in the Pacific, and there was no warning because tests are classified prior to launch.
Yeah, it was a pretty strange sight out there in California, but Jason, no sightings here, right?
No, well, I mean, I guess I can't totally rule that out. You go outside, you look up, there might be something up there. Odds are you're just going to see stars, but I don't know. It's a nice night to go out and stargaze anyway if you're headed out. Granted, cooling down quite a bit here. Temperatures all across Iowa right now in the upper 30s to low 40s. Coolest patch areas off to the southeast. Knoxville at 39, Grinnell at 37, Ottumwa, sits at 39 degrees as well. So we've seen our little cool patches here and there, but really this fall has been fairly amazing. The latest first freeze we have ever seen is November 11th. That was set back in 1882, a solid 133 years ago. Our forecast for our first freeze right now stands at November 12th, so we've got a chance at breaking a century and a third-year-old record. And if you're curious when the latest first measurable snowfall is, well, we're not even close to that. That was set back in 1939 on the day after Christmas. So a record potential. We've got the definite potential to break it. And since we're talking Christmas as well, some folks took the glorious day, the advantage of it, and started putting up their Christmas lights. Also heard of one person putting up their Christmas tree. I think that's insanely early, but I like that you're being festive. 43 is what we're sitting at right now. You look outside, not seeing too much as far as weather is concerned, though we will be chilling out. Mid-30s to start off the day. Back up to 60 degrees tomorrow, though, along with loads of sunshine. So another beautiful day, and if you're headed out really anywhere, looking to the weather's looking to cooperate. Sunshine clear throughout the Midwest, clear skies as well as we head into the evening. We do have chances for a little bit of rain by middle of the week. Otherwise, these gorgeous conditions will persist for us. Futurecast brings in a system from the west into the Dakotas. But again, we don't see anything in our neck of the woods quite yet. Tuesday, we've got a chance for a little bit of cloud cover. You look into the evening and overnight tonight, not seeing much though. By 5 o'clock in the morning, still case of the clears out there for us. And as we head into the afternoon, we keep it sunny, we keep it nice, and in fact, we'll keep it warm. Again, as that temperature climbs up to 60. Some cloud cover begins to make its way in as we head through the morning hours on Tuesday. That's really it for us until Wednesday, when we do bring in more chances for some showers and even the potential for a few thunderstorms. Mid-30s tonight, though, so as you wake up, grab those gloves. It could be a little cold outside. 59 tomorrow, though. You'll be able to shed those as you head into the afternoon. We pick up quite a bit of sunshine to go along with that, pretty much no matter where you're at. Got a chance for a few clouds, and I'd say that's about it. If you do look up in the sky and happen to see a cloud, snap a picture and send it my way, because we should be nearly clear out there. But storms do roll back into the picture on Wednesday. Some of those to the south could be strong. We'll keep you posted as we get a little bit closer and details come into a little bit better focus. And after that, take a little bit of a dip to 48 by Friday. Again, there's that chance for sub-freezing temperatures. After that, we're back into the mid to upper 50s by next weekend.
When farmers wrap up harvest, most can't wait to get out of the tractor and stretch their legs. But this fall, one farmer up in Sac County is thrilled to be back in the cab. A year ago, Rick Meister was harvesting when his pant leg got caught in the corn heater. Eric Hansen was there as Rick got back in the fields where he lost both his legs and almost lost his life. You can catch that This Is Iowa report that airs Monday on KCCI 8 News at 6.
Well, it is Sunday. That means only one thing. Scott Reister has been watching football non-stop, NFL football all day long.
Tough job. Someone's got to do it, right? And there's some great finishes out there. Also some concerning injuries as well. Or trouble for Teddy Bridgewater.